Hello and welcome to Pratik Chess Videos.
Hey just friends, today we are going to see in the game between Geller and Smyslov. This game was played in the candidates between two formidable players, Geller and Smyslov. This game was just an amazing game in which Geller displayed his true creativeness. So let's start the game. The game started here with d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight to c3, d5. The Grunfeld defense, an opening which has survived the test of time and is one of the best openings here. So c into d5, knight into d5, e4, n into c3, and now bishop g7, bishop to c4. Now bishop to c4 idea here is, well, one idea here is to develop the bishop, and now knight e2 and short castle is the most idea. And actually, let's see the idea of the Grunfeld defense. The idea of the Grunfeld defense here is that, well, the idea of the Grunfeld defense here is that we give white the center here. White gets the center, but now here we get all sorts of counterplay. We firstly short castle. Our bishop is amazing. Oops. All right. Let's just, yeah. So let's see now. Yeah, I was saying that now the thing is, here we have short castle. Yeah, and now see here. Now first move. Now we can play c5, knight c6, queen a5. Sometime bishop g4 when the knight comes on f3. Then bishop to g4. Now there are so many options. Yeah, we can pin here with bishop g4. We can pressure the center with c5. Go knight c6. Then play queen a5. And there are many options. Sometimes we can play e5. Sometimes rook to d8. Sometimes we hear double. So there are many options. But in the game, bishop to c4 was played. Most logical move here, developing a piece, and now short castle. Knight to e2. Well, before short castle, there is this move c5, which was played in the game. Now knight e2, short castle. Now we reach Grunfeld defense territory. Yikes, right? And now, oops. Yeah, and now here comes, well, now what is white's idea? White's idea here is to defend here with bishop e3. See, we got the center. This nice bishop. We have the bishop pair, the center. So we will defend here. Bishop to e3 is an idea. Queen d2 and then rook a d1 is an idea with this knight, pawn, queen, and rook. We totally defend this center, and we can also play f3 sometime to defend the e4. So it is also it is playable for white and black. So now, well, here there are many moves. One is knight to c6, one is c into d4, but in the game knight to c6, the good thing about the Grunfeld defense is that you just have to follow your intuition, because see here, every move comes very quick. Knight c6, every move comes with an idea for black, because our idea is just to attack the center. So everything comes in a flow in the Grunfeld defense. That's the good thing about it. Alright, so now bishop to e3. Well, now bishop to e3. Now its idea is obviously to protect the center. And here we are going as the plan, protecting the center from everywhere. Yeah. So now black. Now what should black play? This is the question. Black played here queen to c7. Well, this move to some will seem questionable because, well, here there are two options. This move actually will seem questionable to some players because of two options. One option is d into c5, but d into c5 is not such a great move, because now the position is kind of, we can say, equal. All right. Yeah. So now see, knight e5, queen b3, knight to g4. Now knight to g4, idea is queen into h2. Here see, here, and now bishop f4, queen into c5, rook a d1, knight to e5, rook a d1, knight e5, bishop into e5, queen into e5, rook fe1, queen c7, knight d4, bishop d1. And we reach a position here where the material is equal, because white had to give a pawn over here, bishop f4, because now you either spoil your structure with a knight into e3 or give a pawn. So white decided, the Indian decides to give a pawn, and we reach this equalish position. That's why position is kind of equalish. So now if you play d5 here, now d5 I think it's even here, because see, now knight into e5. Yeah. Alright, yeah, see. Knight e5, queen b, knight e5, d5 pawn is kind of limiting here. So queen, so bishop to f4, bishop d7, queen b3, bishop 6, and now after takes here. Now here it is it is equalish position after now. Yeah, equalish position we can say. So that's why here in the game, let's now close this. Well, do we have something in our... Yeah, so in the game here, it was played actually rook to c1. Yeah, so in the game, in in the game here it was played the move rook to d8, and then it was played the move, yes sir. Now was played f4. Well, f4 here it is a little bit questionable because well f4 now, but the threat actually here is to play f5, then bishop f4, and then the attack starts. So e6. But now comes the question: why are we attacking here? Why can't we play positional? So see, who has here the development, the center. White has the center, so white should attack, and white also has a development advantage. That's important. So here, that's why after f4, e6. Now black tries to defend f5, and also he blocks the bishop range on c4. Well, he's defending very well, but now, but Geller's attack won't go down so easily, and now Geller plays. Oopsies, what's this happening? All right, so let's just stop it. Yeah, now it was played the move king to h1. King to h1. Here, the thing of king to h1 is we have the idea of h3 g4. Yeah, h3 g4 attacking idea we have, so that we can support, and also even if we don't have that, it's more prophylactic to just get away from this diagonal and the king is safe. Here that's why king h1. So now after king h1, now it is a clash. Now what should we do? Now it was played b6. Well, b6 idea here is to play bishop b7. In one diagonal there's this, and in the other diagonal there comes this bishop. So this king isn't gonna be safe. But still he is, so it's not type of a problem actually now, but it can grow into. So now f5 comes, and f5 obviously we now push forward with our game, and now it's getting really itchy for black. So now knight e5. Um, well, black attacks c4. Now bishop to d3, and now e into f5, e into f5, and now bishop to b7. Bishop to b7 idea, queen to c6, and then queen into g2. So this bishop, this two pieces coordinate very well along the long diagonal. So that's why queen to d2. Queen to d2. Now queen to d2. I hope you can see first idea here is that sometime we can play queen bishop to h6, and another idea is that sometime we can play knight g3 or knight f4, so that this pawn is defended, and this to make sure that nothing happens to this pawn. Now rook to e8. Rook to e8 idea here is just to pressure on the bishop here, and now knight to g3, and now it's going really complicated. Knight to g3 idea here is that now we develop the knight, and now the next idea here is, I think, just to play bishop to h6. But now comes queen to c6, putting a hinder in our plans. Well, queen to c6, apparently there's a pressure along this long diagonal and the king is in danger. But not to worry about the g2 pawn, because now white plays rook to f2. Nice move. We do some prophylaxis before attacking, because now if you are careless and now you do bishop to h6, which is a blunder, because now here comes bishop into h6, because what queen e2 is not a great move. Queen into h6 here comes under queen into g2 mate. So here that's why. Yeah. So here mode. Yeah. So that's it. So here that's why rook to f2 has to be played, and if you here play another good looking move f into g6, then that would also be a blunder, because see, if you can't understand you can take some help here. So now this position is equal, and suddenly if you play f into g6, here in this position black is better here, so that's why we give this mistake. So because now comes rook into e3, and now you can't take here because queen into g2 is a mate. So that's why here black is better. Alright, so in the game it was played the move rook to f2, prophylaxis. Now I hope you understood. Yeah, so now that is the point. Now rook a8, we develop the other rook, we pressure along here now, and now here and here, but nothing to worry about, um, because we have bishop to h6 which frees the bishop, and now bishop to h8, obviously, because bishop into h6 is just bad for black here, because after queen into h6 now mm, it's very bad after queen into h6, because obviously if you can see the attack, obviously you can see that the attack is very sharp now. So f6 is, wait, what, f6 is here a threat, and this will not go good. So wait, uh yeah, so now just for example, if g into f5, now there is this move queen to g5 check is also good, knight into f5 is also good, but we should keep the queens because we have the attack. So now I think a good move would be queen to h4. Yeah, and now bishop into f5, knight into f5, black doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, so here that's why bishop to h8, and now, well, now it's going really bad for black. Now queen f4. Queen f4, now idea here is that now queen to g4 is coming, and now black king is in danger. So rook to d7. Now knight to e4. Knight to e4 idea, knight to g5. And then again black king is in danger. So now c4. Now idea is to take here. So that's why bishop to c2. And now rook d e7. Rook d e7, I don't think there's an idea. But actually after rook cf1, black just wants to play rook into e4 here, because here nothing much is possible. So rook d7, black idea is just to play rook into e4 and give two rooks to a rook for two pieces. But now rook a1, rook into e4, and now it seems that we misstepped, and now black has two pieces for a rook. But is it so? Well then, pause the video and think. Well, it is not, because now we play f into g6, the queen sacrifice. Now, it would be quite apparent that you can't take on f4 because g into h7 is a mate. But actually, now f6 should be played, because if you hear, it's very funny, because if you here take h into g6, it's queen into f7. Just here. Uh, yeah, queen into f7 is a mate. Alright, so you see, if you take here, then queen to f7 is a mate. And if you take here, then queen to f7 is a mate. And there's also a cool mate with queen f8. Check, takes, and now it is mate. Not much of a difference, so that's the thing. But f6 was played in the game. But now after f6, white is just going amazing, and well, now what does white play? See, white here has four choices. One is to play queen to g3, another one is to take on h7, another one is to just take on e4, and another one, uh, see, we had three choices, and another one is none of these. So what should we play? Well, the fourth is correct, because now we play queen to g5. Amazing move. He just sacrifices the queen again, and it's just amazing. Well, now actually you can't take here because rook f8 check, and now rook into f8, it's just mating. Yeah. So that's why after queen to g5, this amazing move, queen to d7. Well, now queen to d7, and now what? It's kind of complicated now, because we had an advantage, but now how to convert it? It's quite misguiding how. But now Geller just played king to g1. Amazing move. Amazing. So now Geller just leaves the queen hanging and plays king to g1. Well, nice. Now bishop to g7, and now rook into f6, which is another amazing move. So now rook to g4, but now this g into h7 check, king to h8, and as we already saw as we already saw, bishop into g7 check, queen into g7, and now as we already saw earlier in the game, who cares about the white queen? So now you should pause the video and think. Well, the The thing I said might give it away, but the move is queen into g4, brilliant move, and this ends the game. Yeah. Oopsies, what is this? So why does it end the game? Because now, if queen into g4, now rook to f8, check, rook into f8, rook into f8, check, king g7, h is equal to queen as a mate. So that's why it's just lost. So an amazing game by Geller. Uh, he just dominated the position after here. See now he started his attack here by f4 and then he just dominated the position here with f5, then bishop d3, then all of this, and it was very instructive how he did it. And then he just brought his queen and sacrificed it three times or four. Yeah, four times he sacrificed the queen. It was an amazing queen sacrifice game. All right, this was the game. I hope you like this video and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thank you.